and we have to kind of tell everybody how smart we are.
Okay, David Bossi from Citizens United, here with your reaction coming up next.
The crumbs that they are giving to workers to kind of put the schmooze on is so pathetic.
The economy is still rigged against working people.
Last year, we gave the military a $700 billion budget increase, which they didn't even ask for.
The ideas that we campaigned on, which a few years ago were seen to be radical ideas, are now mainstream.
Are they mainstream? To some, they kind of sound out of touch with the American voters, but one Democrat claims that's not why the left is having trouble winning over voters. Listen to this one.
We Democrats have a really hard time is connecting to people's hearts instead of here. We Democrats know so much that is true, and we have to kind of tell everybody how smart we are.
We have to tell people how smart we are. Here with reaction, former Trump deputy campaign manager and co-author of Trump's Enemies, David Bossi. David, that's what your side needs to do. You need to tell people how smart you are.
Yeah, you know, winning elections is about connecting to people, and that's the problem for the Democrats. Whether it's Nancy Pelosi years ago saying we have to pass this bill before you know what's in it, John Kerry, Hillary Clinton, you name the Democratic leader or presidential nominee, they're disconnected with the American people. One of the reasons that Donald Trump won is because he said what he meant and meant what he said, and that is the difference maker. He's not a traditional politician. You hear these Democrats, they don't understand your average American, what their plight is, what they're going through, how they want to have a better schools, better health care for their children. To be able to put food on the table, buy the house, have that American dream. That's every American across every way that the Democrats try to do their divisive politics and try to segment people out. That's fundamentally what Americans want, and that's why Donald Trump really won in 2016 was his ability to talk directly to the American people.
Well, you were on the campaign trail with him, and you worked with him. You saw how he interacts with his voters and with middle America. What exactly is that like for the people at home that haven't had a chance to meet him? How does he connect?
You know, I think folks can get a real sense through the rallies. If you look at the folks come in the tens of thousands to see this president rally after rally. It is like a rock concert. It's really the closest thing you could say or compare it to. It's an event. People come and they spend hours and hours to get into the venue. They spend hours waiting, and then they have the time of their life. The pre-event of Donald Trump is filled with entertainment, and then the president comes and he speaks directly to you. He says the things that you want to hear, that you want other politicians to say, but they're not courageous enough to say it.
But David, a couple of things. There's two issues that are coming to the president. Number one, he's always said the wall and the border is a problem. My goodness, we see video every day. Tell the people at Tijuana that he's wrong. He's right. And then number two is this Paris climate change. Australia is joining us, along with Brazil, saying we got a real problem with this. They're hosting the Paris climate change meeting in Poland, which is fueled by pure coal, and they say we're not going to leave coal behind. We got 200 years worth of supply. However, he does not have the ear of the next generation, and he does not have the minority community. How does he get it?
Well, I think he stays on track. You look at what he's doing with criminal justice reform, what he's willing to do, okay, whether I agree with him or not, on making a deal on immigration reform, whether it's getting the wall in return for some of these DACA recipients, whatever the case might be. This president is a deal maker. If the Democrats only would put America first, like this president, they would come to the table with deals that he would be willing to make on infrastructure and other things that maybe some Republicans, conservatives, would have a problem with. They're going to find a friend in Donald Trump because he wants what's best for America.
So
he's willing to take.
You just say you're a conservative, and you just told him to cut a deal with Democrats. You're okay with that?
Well, look, Ronald Reagan did it. Ronald Reagan did it with Tip O'Neill
George
routinely.
Herbert Walker Bush did it.
George Bush did it. Look, you have to do that as president. You have to say, we're going to take 70 or 80% of our loaf, in essence, and then we can argue and debate for the next 20% later.
I agree.
Compromise, the art of the deal, right?
Yeah. That's what this president is so good at. And I will just end on this with that thought is the new Congress coming in with investigation after investigation after investigation is going to be out of control. And unless Nancy Pelosi can get control over her caucus, which I don't think she can, this president's not going to be open to much compromise because he is going to be under their subpoena cannon, which is their words. And I think that you're going to see Democrats